If you are a low or mid-handicap golfer looking for a new set of irons that offers forged feel in the shorter irons and more forgiveness as you work up through the set, there is one brand with a new model that's vying for your attention that you may not have considered. Let's take a look. So this is the Inesis 900 combo set, and the brands say that these are aimed at golfers from a sort of 15 handicap and below. Now that's because of the construction. So what you've got here is 3 different designs within one set. In the shorter irons, you'll notice just how thin those soles are and how thin the top lines are. Not a huge amount of offset, but they should offer that forged feel that sort of better players are looking for. In the 7, 6 and 5 irons, you get a hollow body construction, so a different construction, slightly thicker top line, slightly thicker soles in order to help players get the ball up in the air a little bit better and to provide that extra element of forgiveness. And then at the top end of the bag, you've got 2 utility irons. They're 3 and 4 utility. Again, the body of the head is just that slightly bit bigger, thicker top line, more offset still, again to add forgiveness as you work your way through. Now, it's important to talk about the price of this set. So if you go for the set, there's 2 different prices you need to look out for. So from 5 iron down to pitching wedge, these will set you back just under £650. And then at the top end, those 2 utility irons are both £129.99 each, and I'll talk a bit about the price at the end of this video, but I think it's important to test them. So I'm going to take them out onto the golf course and the range here at JCB Golf Country Club. I've got a half a set, so I've got a 9, a 6 and a 3, so each of those different constructions to give them a good test and to see what the performance has to offer. Okay, so I'm going to hit a couple of shots with each of the 3 irons that I've got and talk a little bit about the looks and the feel. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the shape of the irons. So I think Inesis has done a good job, because when you place these down behind the ball, they're unmistakably a better player iron. So they are a sort of mid-handicap iron to look down on behind the ball, but they're still quite a generous hitting area. So from heel to toe, a reasonable amount of space. So for me, as somebody, my strike pattern can move a little bit towards the heel. I feel like there's plenty of room to hit on the face there, and they're quite confidence inspiring without having a thick top line, which I really like. I also like the shelf appeal, so just the classic look as you look at them in the bag or on the shelf is good. The one thing I'm not quite so sure about is this sort of slightly angular area at the top of the toe, which you notice when you see it on the shelf or in the bag, but I don't notice it when it's down behind the ball. Would that put me off getting them? I don't think it would, because I still think they look lovely. Right, let me hit a shot. So this is the 9 iron. And it's got that lovely crisp forged feel through impact, really slim soles. So if you are a consistent ball striker, I think you'll get good distance from them, because the club just seems to want to get through the turf that little bit better. Slightly skinny, but you can just see, hopefully you can see through the camera, just how easy the ball is popping up into the air, fairly easy to shape as well. And that might well be down to the fact that the lofts on offer with this set are fairly traditional. So the 7 iron comes in with a loft of 32 degrees, which is fairly traditional in today's market. So you should notice they get the ball up nice and easily. They might not be as long as other irons that you might find on the market. And actually they have the lofts of the irons written on the sole next to the number, which is quite a nice touch. And I think they look good for that, actually. I think they do look very smart. 6 iron, hollow construction, should feel possibly or potentially will feel slightly different. It's more of a powerful sound, slightly firmer feel through impact. It still feels good to me though, and hopefully you can see there, it's a nice ball flight. It's high without being too high. If that's vague enough, I'll hit one more. Yeah, I've hit that well. I mean, I'm not taking huge divots, but still, club, there was a little bit of a divot there, club getting through nicely, and you can see the sort of slightly beveled front edge just helping the club to get through the turf that little bit more. And now, onto the 3 iron, which, I'll be honest, hitting utility irons off the deck might not necessarily be my forte, so it'll be interesting to see how these perform. Now, when you put them down behind the ball, the utility irons, you see the back edge of the club. Now, some people, possibly better players, might not like that, seeing that sort of trail edge. I don't mind it, because I think it offers that bit more of a confidence-inspiring look, thicker top line, more offset. I think they still look like a better player iron when you set them down behind the ball. slightly different feel. It is, you can just sense it's just slightly more of a hollow head, but I mean, that went off really nicely. It's a strong ball flight, I would say that. I think for me personally, I would probably like to see the flight come up a bit. This is 19 degrees, so I'm not sure I'd go as far as the 3-iron. I don't know. Distance looks good, but whether or not I'd get enough flight out of it, I'm not 100% sure. Let me hit one more. Just turn that over a bit, but that's, I mean, it's very hot. I would say that's very hot. It feels really long actually, and well struck through off the middle. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea about what to expect in terms of both the feel and the looks. Right, so we've come down here to the 17th hole at JCB Golf Country Club, and as you can see, this is the signature hole on the golf course. A brilliant hole, but brutal, really difficult, and a good place to test out just what these Inesis 900 clubs are made of. Now, there's a whole host of different teeing positions on this hole, and I'm going to test out the 9-iron, the 6-iron, and the 3-iron from 3 different tees. So I'm going to start with the 9-iron. I'm going to hit 3 shots. I've marked up the balls with the 9 for this one, 6, and then the 3 for the others. Now, this is possibly a bit of a stretch for the 9-iron from this tee. I was only sent a half set, so my Arcos caddy is telling me it's an 8-iron. It is slightly downhill, it is slightly downwind, which will help, but that is taken into account by the Arcos. So I suspect the 9-iron might come up a fraction short, but it'll be interesting to see how we get on nonetheless, and I'll feed back once we've done. So really quite pleased with how I got on there with these Inesis 900 irons. The 9-iron, as predicted, slightly short. So I was really trying to step on it to get it right back on the green. These are the 2 9-irons that hit the green. There's one in the bunker there as well. The 6-iron from that middle tee was the right club for me. And the 3 6-iron shots are here. There's one just over there, and there's one that's just toppled over the edge of the green. So all a very, very similar distance, which is exactly what you're looking for from this sort of set of golf clubs. So even the ones that I slightly pushed, the ones that I slightly pulled have gone the same distance. But I think of the 3 that I hit, it's such an intimidating shot from the back there. The 3-iron has done unbelievably well for me. So the best one I hit, the best 3-iron I hit is finished just there. The closest one I hit is here. And there's one in the bunker there to the right. So I did what I was hoping to do, which is get them all on dry land, not too far away. I think one thing I would say about the 3-iron is it was quite a strong ball flight for me. So, I mean, the stopping power enhanced by the fact that I was coming in from such a big height up there, but really powerful ball flight, plenty of distance, and you know, however I struck them all fairly well, but I doubt they all came flush out the middle of the blade. They've all gone a good distance, and they've all made it to the green. Okay, so that concludes my look at the Inesis 900 golf clubs, and I think the first thing to talk about is the price. Because for a set from 5-iron down to pitching wedge, they're going to cost you just under £650, which whilst it's not at the top end of the market, certainly isn't at the bottom end of the market. And last year I tested the Inesis 500 irons. I was really impressed by how they looked, how they performed, how much forgiveness there was, and they came in significantly less than these did. And I think as the price goes up, so naturally your expectations go up. But I have to say they lived up to the expectations. So I think from a set like this, in the shorter irons, you're going to want that forged feel. You're going to want that buttery smooth contact through the ball that a sort of thin sole gives you, and they don't disappoint. These felt absolutely superb in the short irons, felt like I was in control, felt like distance control was spot on, and I really like the look of them as well. So then as you move up into the 6-iron, hopefully you saw that through the camera when we did the test on the 17th hole, that all of those shots going the same distance is exactly what you're looking for from a set like this. Yes, the feel might be slightly different because of that hollow head construction, but it wasn't a bad feel. It still felt good through the ball. And then As you jump up into those utility irons, yes, you'll need to pay more. If you want a 3-iron or a 4-iron in the bag, they come in at £129.99, but you get that strong ball flight. You get a really powerful ball flight for your money, and that extra element of forgiveness. Again, feel not quite maybe as good, but that's the trade-off that you need to make at the top end of the bag. So, all in all, Inesis 900, well worth looking out for. They do come with some custom fitting options. It's sort of a fairly simple process that you run through yourself. On the Inesis website, you get a choice of different shafts based on your swing speed and a choice of 2 different lengths based on your sort of wrist to floor measurement. If you can get those elements right, and you're in the market for a combo set aimed probably at the slightly lower handicapper, then I think these Inesis 900 irons do a really good job. Now I'm going to finish off with one last hit of this 3-iron up here on the 18th at JCB. Yeah, that works.